Honorable Minority Floor Leader, the Honorable Aquilino Pimentel.
Thank you, Mr. President. I rise today on a question of privilege. That's why I'm asking for the understanding of our colleagues that their explanation
I
of
yield,
rules
Mr. President, to the Minority Leader.
Thank you. May be heard later, Mr. President. Under Section
The
107,
gentleman may proceed.
under Section 107 of the Rules of the Senate, Section 107, questions of privilege are those affecting the rights, privileges, reputation, conduct, decorum, and dignity of the Senate or of its members, as well as the integrity of its proceedings. Because of the impeachment case against the Vice President, the Senate itself is now on trial. The reputation and dignity of this institution we hold so dear, painstakingly built up by the many senators who have served before us, together with our own efforts, are now being attacked online and in the real world out there. Outside our own gates this morning, there was a demonstration involving a substantial number of our constituents. The root cause of this is the apprehension of our people, based on recent pronouncements and developments, that there will be no impeachment trial against Vice President Sara Duterte. Respected academic institutions and other organizations have spoken with one voice. We call on the Senate of the Philippines to comply with its constitutional duty to forthwith proceed with the impeachment trial of Vice President Sara Z. Duterte. These are the UP College of Law Faculty, the Philippine Political Science Association, the San Beda University Graduate School of Law, the Ateneo School of Government, De La Salle University, University of Santo Tomas, and Adamson University, among others. I am submitting copies of their statements to the Secretariat to form part of the records of the Senate. The people have also taken to Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, and other social media platforms to voice their concerns and frustrations. Across these channels, the sentiment is clear and growing. Nagkaroon ng agam-agam ang taong bayan. Bakit parang pinapatay na ang impeachment proceedings? This question reflects a deep unease among our citizens, a growing fear that the impeachment process is being deliberately stalled or even quietly ended. There is confusion as well as distrust at a time when our constitutional duty demands decisive and quick action and not unnecessary delays and endless debate on whether our duty is optional, captured by the phrase, if at all. What is that constitutional duty which I have just mentioned? It is a mandate or directive addressed to the Senate and is found in Article 11, Section 3, Paragraph 4 of the 1987 Constitution. Oh, no! And I will read it. In case the verified complaint or resolution of impeachment is filed by at least one-third of all the members of the House of Representatives, the same shall constitute the articles of impeachment, and trial by the Senate shall forthwith proceed. Since the time we received the articles of impeachment from the House of Representatives on February 5, 2025, I have been very vocal that trial by the Senate shall forthwith proceed. I wrote the Senate President a letter dated February 14, 2025, expressing the following ideas, and I quote from the said letter. According to the Merriam-Webster Online Dictionary, forthwith means without any delay or without interval of time. Its synonyms include immediately, instantaneously, instantly, presently, promptly, right away, right now, straight off, and straight away, among others. Considering that the 1987 Constitution was promulgated.
Nako, kailangan mo siguro sisihin dyan yung House of Representatives. Ang tagal din nilang pinatulog yan sa mga opisina nila. Then yung huling araw ng session ng Senado at ng Kongreso, ni-railroad nila yan, di ba? Tapos hapon na nung dinala dyan sa Senado.
In both English and Filipino, we must examine its official Filipino translation. Kung ang pinanumpaang sakdal o resolusyon sa impeachment ay iniharap ng isang katlo man lamang ng lahat ng mga kagawad ng kapulungan, iyon ay dapat bumuo sa articles of
Tinagalog
impeachment
na.
at dapat isunod agad ang paglilitis ng Senado. The Filipino translation for forthwith is agad. which conveys immediacy. The synonyms of this Filipino word include madali, bigla, dagli, o kara-karaka, which denote urgency or promptness. The above elaboration affirms that it is the Senate's duty to act on the impeachment case of Vice President Sara Duterte without any delay or without interval of time. I repeat that this is the Senate's duty. I am submitting a copy of my letter dated February 14, 2025 to the Senate Secretariat to form part of the records of the Senate. In spite of all of my efforts, member of the minority na nga ako, I am also being hit by all these attacks against the Senate. How much more kayo pong nasa majority? We should all be concerned about what is happening. One writer wrote, all of the country's senators, yes, all of them, as embodiments of the Senate, are failing the Filipino people. Hence, I have every right to stand up to express my question of privilege as I worry about our beloved institution's reputation, integrity, dignity, and even our place in Philippine history. It is now June 9, 2025, or more than 4 months since the filing of the articles of impeachment, and the Senate has not yet started the trial. Tama lang po na
Inip na si Coco.
mainip ang taong bayan kung kailan ba natin gagampanan ang constitutional duty natin. Indeed, there is a reason for the no trial fears of our countrymen. To remind us, the articles of impeachment transmitted by the House of Representatives on February 5, 2025 read as follows. Article 1, respondent betrayed the public trust, committed culpable violations of the Constitution, and or committed high crimes in contracting an assassin and plotting to murder or assassinate the incumbent president, the First Lady, and Speaker of the House of Representatives, as publicly admitted by her in a live broadcast. Article 2,
Ayan yan pala yung katawa-tawa nilang article of impeachment. Yung pagbabanta pala na yun. Okay. Ano kaya yung number 2? Baka mas katawa-tawa yan.
respondent betrayed the public trust and or committed graft and corruption in her misuse and malversation of confidential funds appropriated to the office of the Vice President, open and close parenthesis OVP, and the Department of Education, open and close parenthesis DepEd. Article 3.
O yan, kung totoo yan, bakit walang red flag ang COA? Ba't clear nilang OVP?
Respondent betrayed the public trust and or committed bribery and or other acts of graft and corruption in violation of Republic Act number 3019. Article 4. Respondent committed culpable violations of the
Bribery.
Constitution and or betrayal of public trust in amassing unexplained wealth and failing to disclose all her properties and interest in properties in her statement of assets and net worth, open and close parenthesis SAL-N, in violation of Section 17, Article 11 of the 1987 Philippine Constitution. Article 5, respondent committed other high crimes, including the high crime of murder and conspiracy to commit murder.
Murder.
Article 6, respondent by
Katawa-tawa
herself
yan.
and or in
Article
concert
of
with others
impeachment nila.
committed acts of destabilization constituting at least a
Destab.
betrayal of public trust and or culpable violations of the Constitution and even the high crimes of sedition and insurrection. Article 7, the totality
pa.
of respondents' conduct as Vice President, including her commission of the foregoing acts, clearly display conduct constituting a betrayal of public trust, culpable violations of the 1987 Constitution, and graft and corruption.
Para
These
paulit-ulit.
allegations are serious. They demand nothing less than a prompt and faithful discharge of our constitutional duties. Actually, all matters of impeachment are serious and important. Just look at the grounds provided by the Constitution. Culpable violation of the Constitution.
Kung totoo yan, ba't walang red flag ang COA? Ba't na-clear ng OVP?
Treason, bribery, graft and corruption, other high crimes, and betrayal of public trust. The Senate President refused to convene the Senate as the impeachment court from February to May 2025 because he believes that the Senate could not act on the articles of impeachment while it was not in legislative session. We have an honest difference of opinion on this matter. For the record, I believe that the Senate has a separate existence as the impeachment court from the Senate, which is a part of the legislative department. The Senate as the impeachment court is governed by Article 11 of the 1987 Constitution. The Senate as a part of the legislative department is governed by Article 6. In short, legislative functions of the Senate are found in Article 6. The other functions of the Senate found outside of Article 6 of the Constitution are therefore what we can call the Senate's non-legislative functions. This conclusion is bolstered by the case of Pimentel Jr. versus Joint Committee of Congress, which involved the function of the Senate as part of the National Board of Canvassers for President and Vice President, a function which is found in Article 7 of the Constitution. The Supreme Court ruled in this case that the legislative functions of the 12th Congress may have come to a close upon the final adjournment of its regular sessions on June 11, 2004, but this does not affect its non-legislative functions. What is more important to me is the entry in the judgment which states as follows. In sum, despite the adjournment sine die of Congress, there is no legal impediment to the Joint Committee completing the tasks assigned to it and transmitting its report for the approval of the joint public session of both houses of Congress, which may reconvene without need of call by the President to a special session. I want to focus on the phrase, without need of call. There shall be no need of a call because the Constitution itself recognizes Congress's existence as the National Board of Canvassers for the presidential and vice presidential elections and mandates the holding of a joint public session. So in short, the source of the existence of the body and the
Parang
authority and
nakakaumay
power
na
to
si
carry
Coco.
out its function and duty is the Constitution itself.
Skip muna natin. Doon na tayo kay Risa. Ito, full force ngayon si Hontiveros at si Pimentel Ito.
President, I wish to second the motion of the Minority Leader through a manifestation.
All the motions of the Minority Floor Leader.
That is correct, Mr. President.
Duly noted.
May I deliver my manifestation seconding the motion of the Minority Leader,
The
Mr.
lady may
President?
proceed.
O, sige, bilisan mo
Salamat
na.
Abi, Mr. President. I second the motion of the good Minority Leader. Forthwith, and with no further delay, the Senate President must be placed under oath as presiding officer. He must then administer the oath to the members of the Senate as judges of the impeachment court. And most importantly, the articles of impeachment, which have long languished in limbo, must forthwith be presented to the body. First of all, the Constitution establishes with clarity the mandatory nature of impeachment, and this textual interpretation is supported by the framers. Article 11 on accountability of public officers, Section 3, subsection 4, states in no uncertain terms that once, quote, the verified complaint or resolution of impeachment is filed by at least 1/3 of all the members of the House, the same shall constitute the articles of impeachment, and trial by the Senate shall forthwith proceed, close quote. Hindi po mahirap intindihin ang utos. Sa sino mang tapat ang intensyong sundin ito.
Okay, hintayin po natin. Sasagutin yan mamaya ni Senator Tolentino. Susupalpalin yung dalawang yan.
Paglilitis ay dapat agarang simulan nang walang pag-iwas o iba pang pagpapaliban. In fact, retired Justice Adolfo Azcuna who wrote the procedural section that included the word forthwith, said that it meant, and I quote, immediately and without unreasonable delay, or in the national language official version, agad-agad, close quote. Sa kasong Chavez versus Judicial and Bar Council,
Natingin ko lang kung ginawa yan agad-agad. Agad-agad ding makakwit si BP Sara. Di lalo sanang walang nanalo dyan sa alyansa. Halata naman ginamit yan sa yung impeachment complaint na yan. Ginamit lang yan sa pamumulitika. Binasa ni Pimentel kanina yung articles of impeachment. Katawa-tawa nga. Mapapahiya lang ang administrasyon kapag itinuloy yan.
GR number 202242, na dinesisyonan noong July 17, 2012, ipinaliwanag ng Korte Suprema na sa pag-interpreta ng saligang batas, dapat gamitin ang karaniwang kahulugan. Quote, it is a well-settled principle of constitutional construction that the language employed in the Constitution must be given their ordinary meaning. Close quote. Simple lang po ang dahilan. Quote, the Constitution is not merely or not primarily a lawyer's document, but essentially that of the people, in whose consciousness it should ever be present as an important condition for the rule of law to prevail. Wala pong pagdududa. The impeachment trial must begin immediately, agad-agad, walang pag-iimbot. Yan rin ang paninindigan ng mga mismong naging bahagi ng pagbuo ng ating konstitusyon, kasama sina Attorney Rene Sarmiento, Chairperson Christian Monsod, at ang nabanggit kong si retired Supreme Court Justice Azcuna. Kahit ang mga profesor at praktikante ng batas sang-ayon na dapat simulan ang paglilitis sa lalong madaling panahon. Kasama dito ay mula sa Philippine Bar Association, University of the Philippines College of Law, Ateneo Schools and Colleges of Law, De La Salle University Tanyada Jokno School of Law, San Beda University Graduate School of Law, Philippine Law School, University of Santo Tomas, Lyceum of the Philippines College of Law, Adamson University College of Law, Colegio de San Juan de Letran, at Union of People's Lawyers Mindanao. I will submit these statements to the Secretariat and ask that they be made part of the official records of the Senate as annexes to this manifestation, seconding the motion of the Minority Leader. Moreover, a textual reading of the provisions on impeachment vis-a-vis the other provisions involving the legislature actually supports the contention that the impeachment proceeding is not bound by the legislative calendar. Ayon sa saligang batas, quote, the Commission on Appointments shall meet only while the Congress is in session at the call of its chairman or a majority of all its members to discharge such powers and functions as are herein conferred upon it, close quote. There is no such qualifier to be found in the provisions on impeachment. Secondly, beyond the textual clarity of the Constitution, the law should be interpreted to give life to its spirit. Ratio legis est anima. I am here before you to also appeal to the deeper purpose of the law. And the spirit of the impeachment power is unmistakable. It is accountability. It is to ensure that no public officer, however powerful, is above the Constitution. Sinasabi nila na ang impeachment ay nasa Article 11 or Accountability of Public Officers portion ng ating saligang batas at hindi nasa legislative powers o Article 6 to underscore that impeachment was never meant to be part of the legislative process. Tama po iyon. However, there is a deeper reason to be fleshed out. It is because the power to impeach is, at heart, the power, nay, the duty to hold public officers accountable and to protect democracy from the abuse of power by the highest officials, public officials of our land. This process must not be rendered impotent through procedural subterfuge. dapat po nating alalahanin na ang salita at diwa ng mga probisyon ng saligang batas ay hindi dinesenyo para lang paglaruan ng mga abogado. Itinakda ang mga ito para bigyang kahulugan at kapangyarihan ang taong bayang Pilipino. Sa pinakaunang probisyon ng Article 11 kung saan matatagpuan ang impeachment ay nakasaad, quote, "Public office is a public trust. Public officers and employees must at all times be accountable to the people," close quote. Sa Article 1, Section 1 naman, quote, "Sovereignty resides in the people and all government authority emanates from them," close quote. Ang kapangyarihan
Kahit nga anong gawin natin, hindi nga itutuloy ni Cheese dahil mapapahiya lang ang administrasyon. Alam naman nating nagkabayaran lang doon sa pirmahan doon sa House of Representatives. Yeah, proceed na lang tayo sa sagot ni Senator Tolentino.
Minority Leader. With the indulgence of our dear colleagues, this might be a prejudicial question before we actually dispense with the motion of the Minority Leader. But first things first, Mr. President, let me state for the record this representation's position from day one, Mr. President. The word forthwith, the crossing from 19th to 20th Congress, everything that the Minority Leader mentioned, Mr. President, ay sinishare ng representation na ito. Kailangan mag-convene ang impeachment court, kailangan magsimula. Ngunit naniniwala din po ako, Mr. President, and since day one, when the Senate President made mention about the June 2 schedule, this representation did not oppose nor pose an objection in this August chamber, Mr. President. Because I believe what the Senate President is doing. When he extended it to June 11, I don't see any reason, or I would say undue delay, unnecessary delay, etc. because I think all of us here during that time would agree that the trial would commence on the 20th Congress. And having said that, Mr. President, let me just put into the records, Mr. President, our own rules, Mr. President, in the rules of impeachment, Rule 1, the Senate President must actually issue a notice, Mr. President, to the House of Representatives. And that's the reason why he wrote a letter in June 2 and then June 11, Mr. President. If I heard it right, Mr. President, and that's why I wanted to be clarified on this particular issue. If I heard it right, the Minority Leader's motion is for us to stop legislative work and start taking the oath of the Senate President as the presiding officer of the impeachment court and the senator judges. It would also mean, Mr. President, that we
Mahaba pala yung manifestation ni Senator Villanueva.
assume that the impeachment proceeding, the articles of impeachment had already been referred, Mr. President, because we have not. And so let me just put that on record, Mr. President. And again, I thank the Minority Leader and again share his views about the immediate convening of our impeachment court. And I don't see any reason, Mr. President, why we should convene now than on Wednesday, Mr. President, which is 2 days from now. Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you, Minority Leader.
So, Mr.
Okay,
President,
ito na si Senator Tolentino.
The Minority Leader will respond to the
so we can dispose of the pending
clarification
matter.
asked for
Yes.
by Senator Tolentino. Yes.
Yes.
You may proceed, sir.
So that the body can properly act on the pending matter which I have raised in my question of privilege based on our rules. I therefore move that we already convene as the impeachment court at this very moment, Mr. President. That's the motion.
Madalinis Coco.
And we expect the ruling.
If I may, I have already mentioned earlier, Mr. President, and because this representation wouldn't want to raise a point of order. And again, for the record, I share the sentiments of the Minority Leader. We have the same position as to the convening of the impeachment court. We have the same position as to whether or not it will pass through the 19th to 20th Congress is the same, Mr. President. But again, I don't want to raise a point of order, Mr. President, but in our rules, Mr. President, you yourself, in Rule 1 of the Rules of Procedure on impeachment trials, let me quote, Mr. President, when the Senate receives articles of impeachment pursuant to Article 11, Section 2 and 3 of the Constitution, the President of the Senate shall inform the House of Representatives that the Senate shall take proper order on the subject of impeachment and shall be ready to receive the prosecutors on such time and date as the Senate may specify. So, Mr. President, I wanted to find out if the motion of the minority leader will push through, what would happen, Mr. President, if you have not issued any
as well as Senator Alan Peter Cayetano. I will just submit into the records my speech of appreciation, Mr. President. Mr. President, I move that we proceed to the...
Naku, na-move po pala natin yung slider. Ito na. Tuloy natin.
Just a quick return. Ano mo, Mr. President, lagi nababanggit yung i-clarify ko lang. Matagal ko nang gusto itong i-clarify ito. Meron daw mga Supreme Court decisions na sinasabi pwedeng ituloy yung non-legislative functions. Binabanggit yung Pimentel versus the Pimentel case, National Board of Canvassers. Meron pang binabanggit yung I think Francisco. Mr. President, let me just clarify this. For the sake of academic and scholarly good atmosphere for law students and members of the bar as well. Alam niyo po, yung mga binabanggit na non-legislative functions wherein the Supreme Court allowed the continuation way beyond the period of or the lifespan of a Congress refers to a periodically created constitutional ad hoc body. Alam niyo po yung National Board of Canvassers, pagkatapos ng isang eleksyon, presidential elections, nakalagay sa ating saligang batas, created talaga yon to count and canvass and to proclaim. Ganon din po yung mga ilang tribunals, yung mga electoral tribunals, etc., etc. Periodic, predictable, regular, constitutional, ad hoc bodies. Kaya po, tuloy-tuloy yun kasi may command po ang Constitution, merong provision pertaining to this periodically created ad hoc bodies. Ang impeachment trial court po is not periodic. Hindi po ito tuwing magkaka-eleksyon, merong impeachment trial court. Hindi po
Risa and Pimentel, makinig kayo.
ito regularly created. Ito po ay nakikreate lang pag merong nagsampa ng kaso sang-ayon po doon sa ating saligang batas that would trigger the words initiate coming from the House of Representatives, the word again, often used, yung forthwith. Kakaiba po yung mga non-legislative bodies na periodically created na sinasabing pwedeng tumawid. Kaya po ang sinasabi ko lagi, ang atin pong constitutional clock, dahil wala naman pong nagsabi na pwede tayong tumawid beyond June 30 as a Congress. Citations were made.
Ang sinasabi ngayon ni Senator Tolentino, kabaligtaran doon sa sinasabi ni Coco at ni Risa, na kapag hindi daw pala natapos, as per Senator Tolentino, pag hindi natapos ng 19th Congress yung impeachment, hindi sila nakapag-conclude, hindi pwedeng ituloy beyond June 30, hindi pwedeng tumawid sa 20th Congress.
Concerning the British Parliament, the US Senate, alam niyo po, yung British Parliament, the last impeachment case was held 1806. Yung po yung sinasite ng US Senate. Pero those bodies are structurally different from the Philippine Senate. Kaya hindi po tayo continuing. Pwede sabihin, partially continuing. We all cite cases with reference to continuing body words coming from decisions of the Supreme Court interpreting the 1935 Constitution. Ito yung sinabi ko last week, na yung 1935 Constitution, ang eleksyon ng senador, 888. Meron lagi naiiwan 16. Ganon din po sa British Parliament na yung House of Lords ay naiiwan because lifetime po sila. Yung life peers, yung hereditary peers, yung religious peers, 780 members of the British Parliament, yung House of Lords, forever na po yun, kaya continuing po sila. Yung po yung sinasite ni na Jefferson, yung po yung sinasite ng,
Nantok si Risa.
ng US Senate, kasi po, ginaya po nila yung US Senate, 100 senators, 67, naiiwan dahil 33 ang na ini-elect every 2 years. So, structurally different po ang Philippine Senate under the 1987 Constitution. Kaya hindi po pwedeng tumawid. Sa mga nakikinig ngayon, nagkaroon ba ho ng dereliction of duty, remiss ba ho ang Senado? Hindi po. Naniniwala po tayo, sinabi kanina na sinimulan po ni Senate President. Ako nga po kanina, for the information of this body, para po magkaroon ng semblance of rules, sinabi ko, we can do this in 19 days. I filed Senate Resolution 1367 para makita kaya natin gumawa ng trial calendar. Sabi nila, napakabilis yung 19 days. Si President Trump na impeach 5 days. Si President Clinton, maigsi din po yun. So ibig ko sabihin, Mr. President, we can still start the impeachment process, but I stick to the constitutional precept that we cannot carry over. We cannot allow a crossover or carry over because it is not part of the Constitution. We can only interpret the word as enshrined in the Constitution. I'm sorry, Senator Grace, I've taken much of your time.
No,
I just
actually-
responded to some queries, statements made a while ago, and just to spread this into the record before we again ask the good minority leader to perhaps rephrase his motion.
No, I think it's very important for us to hear all sides with regards to the matter. And what just to clarify what the gentleman from Cavite is saying, that sige, dinggin natin ito hanggang 30th ng June, pwede. Huwag lang tayo lalagpas doon sapagkat hindi na pwede.
Correct.
Okay, ngayon, ito yung tanong ko, yung sa respondent, meron siyang apparently 10 days para sumagot, di ba? Hindi pa na-file na ba sa Committee on Rules dito?
Not yet.
So, has she been notified already of what she has to face and has the 10 days started? Not yet, right?
Not yet.
Okay, so meaning, if let's say we start on the 11th, which is Wednesday, or even tomorrow, which is the 10th, so hindi pa talaga sila pwedeng humarap hanggang 20th. Kasi 10 days
Oo.
Di ba? So,
Meron pa sila
pwede ba
hanggang
tayo
21st.
magkaroon ng hearing na yung respondent ay hindi pa ready with her reply? I mean, is there a process within the impeachment that does not require the respondent to be present yet? It's just the presentation of, evidence. I mean, this is just a parliamentary query.
Meron po kasi magko-constitute nga as an impeachment court at manunumpa. Manunumpa yung Senate President as the presiding officer of the trial court. Manunumpa rin po lahat tayo.
So hanggang
as
panunumpa
members
lang.
of the...
How about the presentation of evidence? Pwede ba?
Wala pa ho. Wala pa ho. Yung presentation ng articles of impeachment to be done by the panel of prosecutors. Yung susunod-sunod, pag nagkaroon na ng joinder of issues after the submission of the answer, doon na po matitrigger po yung iba. Yung prosecution has the right to reply.
Oo.
Tapos sunod-sunod na po yon.
So ang ibig sabihin, after the swearing in and then reading of the articles of impeachment, may break ng 10 days. Kasi ihintayin pa natin yung sagot eh.
Correct.
Okay, so wala din naman mangyayari. So, what the gentleman is saying na pwede na
Wala rin talagang mangyayari. Tanggapin nyo lang ang katotohanan na hindi itutuloy ni Chis yan. Dahil pag itinuloy yan, bubusisihin yung article of impeachment, yung mga ebidensya. Katawa-tawa lang. Katawa-tawa ang administrasyon.
natin to stretch until the end. Hindi rin eh, kasi 10 days na lang din ang matitira from let's say the 10th until the 30th. 10th, 20th, 20 days.
21st to
Te-
30th.
21.
I filed
20 days.
Yes.
20 days. So 20 days.
I
Okay.
filed an indicative calendar just to show Mr. President na sa taong bayan na hindi naman natin nakaligtaan yung ating trabaho.
Hindi, pero tama. Pero the
Iniwan
actual,
nating nakatiwangwang.
Tama. But the actual discussions can't begin.
Isa lang naman kasi ang purpose kaya inimpeach si BP Sara ni Railroad doon sa HOR para lang pagmukhain sa mga taong bayan o sa buong Pilipinas. Pag gusto nilang pagmukhain na si BP Sara ay corrupt. Pero ayaw nila na matuloy yung hearing, impeachment hearing. Kasi nga bubusisiin yan. Magmumukhang katawa-tawa.
Yun?
Siguro
Nakapos
po
pala
kung
tayo
with the
kanina.
cooperation and
Namiss tayo
physical, kung papayag po
Oo,
kayo,
kung-
kung papayag din po ang prosecutors.
No, but kasi I'm also of the opinion. Okay. Well, first of all, we cannot make judgments right now.
Yeah.
And I feel that it is the right of the respondent to be able to defend herself.
Correct.
And in fact, we can never say whether guilty or not kasi di pa nga natin alam eh.
Correct.
And the respondent herself is saying na give her a chance also to be able to confront. I mean, she's confident about it. But I agree with the minority leader that kung yung Senate Electoral Tribunal, which is actually, of national interest, but maybe not as much as this one, na itatawid natin for other congresses, and even in the US, natatawid din yung impeachment to the next Congress. I know what you're saying. There's no term limit in the US. Pero I think, again, may mga nakausap akong members of who served before in the Supreme Court. This is a political exercise. It's not, I guess it's not bound by very strict rules of court. So, yun lang. But we appreciate what the minority leader is also raising because nga naman, I mean, these are two schools of thought, but we are all in agreement here that we cannot make judgments at this point, but we have to definitely hear it. Thank you.
We totally agree. Mr. President, the good deputy
Oh,
minority
Tataas ng kamay.
leader is seeking the floor.
May
That
alam ang
should be
sagot.
recognized.
With the permission of Senator Ontiveros, Senators Estrada and Gatchalian also raised their hand to be recognized, and they haven't been heard. Will the lady kindly
Yes.
yield to them?
I apologize, Mr. President. Senator Gatchalian raised his hand first. I move
Yeah.
that he be recognized with the permission of Senator Ontiveros.
Senator Gatchalian is recognized. What is your pleasure, sir?
Actually, Mr. President, I'll be more than happy to yield to our good deputy minority leader, Mr. President. Go ahead.
That being the case, the Honorable Ontiveros is recognized. You may proceed, ma'am.
Salamat, Mr. President, at salamat sa good gentleman from Valenzuela. Paalala ko lang po yung motion ng minority leader ay to convene at this very moment. At gusto kong ibalik sana yung atensyon ng lahat doon. Pero dun sa sinabi na rin naman ni Majority Leader, binanggit nila yung ilang mga kaso na dinesisyon na ng Korte Suprema, and these are Chavez versus Judicial and Bar Council at saka Pimentel Jr. versus Joint Committee of Congress, kung saan sinabi lang naman ng Korte Suprema dun sa una that impeachment is a non-legislative function of the Senate. At dun sa pangalawa, that non-legislative functions of the Senate are not affected by the shift between Congresses. Hindi po nag-distinguish ang Korte Suprema sa sinasabing periodic at saka non-periodic functions. Basta sinabi niya periodic functions tulad ng impeachment na ito, non-legislative functions ng Senado at ang mga ito ay hindi apektado sa shift between Congresses. Pero yun na nga po, yan ay isang desisyon na pwede nating kunin at a later point in the impeachment trial. Ang unang gusto lamang i-activate ng motion ng minority leader ay sa pamamagitan nga ng motion niya to convene at this very moment. And bago ko tapusin itong intervention, Mr. President, at ibalik nga sa motion ng minority leader, quick comment lang dun sa ni-raise ng good gentleman from Davao dahil nakabalik na rin sila sa floor tungkol po sa kagustuhan ng Pilipino, no, at iba pa dito sa usapin ng impeachment trial. Gaya ng sinabi ng minority leader kanina, hindi pa naman tayo nag-uusap ng conviction ba o acquittal. Pinag-uusapan pa lang natin yung pag-convene ng impeachment court. Kaya ano yung masamang maidudulot ng panunumpa natin. At ito, kailangan nating desisyonan. Yes, alang-alang sa taong bayan, lahat po tayo ay mayroong hindi lang karapatan pero responsibilidad, pag-isipan at pag-usapan ang taong bayan. So lastly, again, Mr. President, ibalik ko lang dun sa motion ng minority leader, which is simply and importantly to convene at this very moment. Salamat, Mr. President.
Nako, Chis, desisyon mo na kasi. Simulan mo na yung impeachment para naman makatulog na yung dalawang yan.
Senator Gatchalian is recognized. Thereafter, Senator Estrada.
Maraming salamat. Thank you very much, Mr. President. It's a brief manifestation, Mr. President. Dapat ho maintindihan ng ating mga kasamahan at ng ating mga kababayan na ang pinag-uusapan ho natin ngayon ay hindi pa ho yung merits nung kaso. Hindi pa ho natin pinag-uusapan yung kaso mismo ni Vice President Sara Duterte. Ang pinag-uusapan lang ho natin ngayon, yung ating constitutional duty under Article 11, Section 3, Number 4, na kung saan, pag na-transmit na ho sa atin ang Articles of Impeachment ng House of Representatives, Senado na po ang mag-hold ng trial. Ito po ang sinumpaang responsibilidad ho natin sa ilalim ng saligang batas. At ito rin po ang sinumpaan ho nating duty or solemn duty nung tayo po ay naging senador. Natatandaan ko nung 3 years ago, nanumpa ho tayo to support and defend the Constitution. Kaya mga kasama, dapat ho natin maintindihan na ito rin po ay parte ng proseso ho natin pagdating ho sa accountability. At napakahalaga po ang proseso. Para sa akin, ang proseso ay isang bagay na dapat ho natin sundin dahil ito po ang magpapatibay po ng ating sistema ng demokrasya. Kung titignan ho natin, hindi malayong lugar, dito po sa Asia, sa South Korea, kung nagkaroon rin ho sila ng impeachment process ho doon. Yung kanilang Pangulo ay na-impeach. At nung yun po ay nangyari, katulad rin po sa atin, marami rin po lumabas sa kalsada, marami rin po nagpapahiwatig ng kanilang saloobin, at mukhang magulo pag nanonood ho tayo ng telebisyon. Pero kung tatanungin ho natin yung mga investors, tatanungin din ho natin mga kaibigan ho nating South Korean, kampante ho sila na hindi ho mangyaring isang napakalalang gulo sa kanilang lugar dahil alam nila ang proseso ay nasusunod. Yung proseso ng impeachment sa kanilang bansa ay nasusunod. At ganun nga ho ang nangyari. No, nagkaroon ho ng pagdinig, na-impeach yung kanilang Pangulo, nagkaroon ho ng isang pagboto ng bagong presidente at ngayon, balik na ho sila sa normal. Kaya mga kasama, ang aking punto ho dito ay ang proseso ay napakahalaga para po maging matibay po ang sistema ng demokrasya ho natin at higit sa lahat magkaroon ng malinaw na pananagutan ang mga personalidad na binigyan ho natin ng tiwala para po manilbihan sa ating bansa. hindi lang po ang impeachment ay hindi lang po limitado sa presidente at vice president. Kasama ho dito members of the Supreme Court, members of the Constitutional Commission, ang ombudsman ay kasama ho dito. Kaya kung ano po ang ginagawa ho natin ngayon, ay ganun rin pong pananagutan na gagawin ho natin sa ibang personalidad kung sila po ay magkakasala. Kaya mga kasama, muli, ito po ay hindi na po nating desisyon o hindi na po nating choice. Ito po ay ang ating constitutional duty at ito po ay ang ating sinumpaan
Okay, next.
na responsibility.
Mr. President,
Ito,
thank you,
ito ang
Mr.
sagot
Congressman
ni
Majority Floor
Cheese.
Leader. With the permission
Say
of
cheese.
our colleagues. Ilang bagay po ang nais ko sanang sabihin, paumanhin. Dininig ko muna ang posisyon at opinyon ng bawat isa bago ko pinagpasahang bumaba mula sa kinakaluklukan. Outlining the basic reasons why we cannot, as of yet, schedule the impeachment complaint. Much has been said about the term forthwith, which I wrote to each and every member of the Senate. Mr. President, Your Honor, we are governed not only by the Constitution but also our rules. We are governed as well by precedents. We are governed as well by decisions of the Supreme Court pertaining to this matter. Allow me to, for the record, cite a few regarding this matter, lest they may think that it is only a one-sided opinion with respect to their definition of forthwith na agad-agad. Kada senador marahil may kanya-kanyang opinion kaugnay nito. Hindi ko pwedeng hayaan na sa record natin ay hindi maisabi ang ibang opinion kaugnay nito. Una, nakasaad po sa saligang batas kaugnay sa papel na dapat gampanan ng Kamara na dapat tugunan nila ang pagsampa ng impeachment complaint sa loob ng mga takdang panahon. Kung ilang session days para ilagay sa calendar, ilang session days para ilagay sa Committee on Justice, ilang session days para pagpasahan, ilang session days para pagdesisyonan ng plenaryo ng Kamara. Nakalagay din sa rules ng Kamara, anumang impeachment complaint regularly filed by one member, dapat po immediately, hindi po forthwith, immediately, ito ng Secretary General sa Speaker. Nakalagay din sa sariling rules ng Kamara, ang Speaker dapat sa loob ng 10 araw, i-refer sa Committee on Justice. Bakit mahalaga yon? Dahil sang-ayon sa desisyon ng Korte Suprema sa Francisco case, dyan magsisimula ang 1-year ban sa pagsasampa ng pangalawa, pangatlo o pang-apat na impeachment complaint. Hindi yan ginawa ng Kamara. Sa katotohanan, hanggang nag-adjourn tayong lahat bilang Kongreso noong February 5, hindi yan ginalaw ng Secretary General sa kabila ng magkatabi lamang naman ng opisina ng Secretary General at ng Speaker. Sasabihin marahil ng ilan, tapos na yan. Lumipas na yan, tulad ng sinabi ni Senator Coco, wala na tayong magagawa dyan. Nandun ako. Pero may katanungan akong iiwan bago nating lisanin ang puntong yan. Nasaan yung mga nagrereklamong dapat agad-agad? Nasaan yung mga nagsasabing ngayon na, wag nang pagpaliban, ba't ba dinedelay? Inupuan po na mahigit 2 buwan, magtatatlong buwan nga ito. Wala naman ako narinig na nagreklamo na nasa na yung agad-agad. Sa kanila nakalagay immediately, may takdang araw pa. Yan ang paksa ng petition sa Korte Suprema ngayon na inihain ni Vice President Sara Duterte kaugnay sa pag-iiwas sa tinatawag niyang 1-year ban na nakasaad sa saligang batas. It may be modified by circumstances and the nature of the duty to be performed. Marami po nagsasabi ng opinyon na agad-agad. Kung gaano karami po ang abogado, kung gaano karami po ang marunong at magaling, ganoon din kadami marahil ang kanilang interpretasyon. Pero nasaan ang probisyon ng saligang batas, desisyon ng korte nag-iinterpreta doon na nagsasabing agad-agad nga ang ibig sabihin yan, samantalang hindi naman agad-agad ang interpretasyon ng salitang immediately ng Kamara. Kung talagang immediately ang gusto, edi sana ang sinulat ng mga nagsulat ng konstitusyon, immediately din tayo. Yung immediately nga ng House, hindi yun ang interpretasyon. Tapos tayo ganyan. If the prosecutors themselves
The complainants themselves were not that interested and sat on these complaints for over 2 months. Tayo bigla ngayon, mamadaliin nila habang nagpabanjing-banjing sila ng mahigit 2 buwan sa mababang kapulungan. Pangalawa, bagaman tama si Senator Pimentel at sang-ayon ako na pwede tayo mag-trial habang recess. Ginawa na po yan sa kaso ni Chief Justice Corona. Again, we are governed not only by the Constitution, by our rules, but also by precedents. Subalit, may malaking pagkakaiba. Dapat nasimulan, na-refer, at nagkaroon ng plenary action sa articles of impeachment upang makonstitute ang impeachment court bago ito magpatuloy habang recess. Maraming nagsabi, mag-trial na tayo, mag-convene na tayo, sumumpa na tayo habang recess. Sa pananaw at palagay ko, labag yan sa saligang batas. At dun sa mga talagang gustong matanggal si Vice President Sara Duterte, dun sa mga galit sa kanya, inis sa kanya, at gustong madali itong impeachment, para mo lang dinagdag, binigyan siya ng dagdag na balang questionin ito sa Korte Suprema. Dahil hindi po pwede yan. At hindi po ako papayag na mangyari at gawin yan dahil lamang gusto nila at nagmamadali sila. Sinabi ko na sa simula pa lang ng impeachment process na ito, 1 linggo matapos i-file yan dito sa Senado.
So napakalinaw palang gusto mangyari ng House of Representatives. In-impeach nila si VP Sara bago mag-recess, bago mag-eleksyon, para ipamukha sa mga tao na corrupt si VP Sara, pero wala na siyang time na i-defend yung sarili niya kasi hindi naman matutuloy ang impeachment. Or hindi magaganap yung impeachment before election period.
Oras bago tayo mag-adjourn sa huling araw ng ating sesyon, sabi ko, hindi ako makikinig, susunod o magpapadala sa sino mang pabor sa impeachment at ayaw kay Vice President Duterte. Hindi ako magpapadala sa ayaw sa impeachment at gusto si Vice President Duterte. Trabaho ko bilang tagapangulo ng Senado, hindi nga lang ako, trabaho nating lahat, na maging pantay at pareha sa ating pagtingin. Yan ang rason, hindi naman tsamba lang yun at nagkataon. Yan ang rason kung bakit ang babaeng sumisimbolo ng hustisya ay nakapiring. Wala dapat tinitingnan o tinititigan. Wala dapat kinakampihan dahil lamang nagkataong ganun ang nangyari. At dahil nagkataong ayaw ko siya ganyan ang gawin nyo. Let's go back to precedents, Mr. President. 3 lamang na impeachment complaint ang naitawid ng Kongreso patungo sa Senado na inabutan ko na matapos ang 1987 Constitution. 3 po lamang. Ang impeachment complaint laban kay dating Pangulong Estrada, ang impeachment complaint laban kay Chief Justice Corona, at ang impeachment complaint laban kay Ombudsman Gutierrez. Hayaan niyo pong isa-isahin ko. Isinampa ang impeachment complaint laban kay Pangulong Estrada Magno-Nobyembre. Noong nag-recess ang Senado, tumigil ang trial. Nag-resume sila pagkatapos ng recess. May nagreklamo ba? May nagsabing, uy, forthwith Yan ang president ng Senado. Nung nag-trial at hindi binuksan ang second envelope, yun yung maaalala, nag-walk out ang prosecutors, hindi na bumalik. Anong ginawa ng Senado? Wala nang prosecutor, wala nang interesado, dinismiss forthwith yung impeachment complaint. Dahil nawala na yung prosecutors. Tama nga naman. Hindi na pala interesado yung mga prosecutor, ano pang gagawin ng Senado magtawag ng hearing? Sa kaso ni Chief Justice Corona, sinampa 5 araw bago mag-adjourn ng Senado. Nagsimula ang trial pag-resume pagkatapos ng Christmas break. Pero bago mag-break o habang break, nag-issue ng summons, nagkasagutan. Yun naman talaga yung balak natin pag-resume nitong 2 linggong ito. Yun lang, Mr. President, mga kasamaan. Ang kaisa-isang impeachment complaint na nasimulan at natapos ng Senado. Yung pangatlong impeachment complaint ni Ombudsman Mercy Gutierrez. Final yan 3 araw bago mag-adjourn ang Senado sa kanyang regular recess, walang eleksyon nun. Nung nag-resume, dun lamang sinet ang trial. Pero bago nag-resume ang Kongreso, nagbitiw si Ombudsman Gutierrez. Ano ang ginawa ng Senado? Walang trial, hindi kinonvene ang impeachment court, as the Senate dinismiss yung impeachment complaint. Pinagpasahan nila. Resign na pala eh. Wala na tayong kailangan gawin. Naalala niyo po yung debate? Na meron pa namang penalty of absolute perpetual disqualification. That was discussed. But by way of precedent, the Senate did that. So if you look at the past presidents of the Senate, nagawa po nila yon, pinagbotohan po nila yon. Without convening the impeachment court. Wala pong nagsabi, hoy, inaabandon na ninyo ang inyong constitutional duty nung ginawa ng Senado yon. Paano po yan, Ginoong Pangulo? Pagsang-ayon ba ang karamihan o ng pinakamaingay yung matatalino sa ating bansa? Okay lang? Pag hindi sila sangayon, hindi na okay. Bugbog ka na. Bugbog na institusyon. Dapat may gawin na tayo. The Constitution, the rules, and the precedents, Mr. President, do not change. Simply because a group says otherwise. Baliktan naman pa natin. Yung isang naudlot na impeachment complaint laban kay dating Chief Justice Davide. Karamihan sa mga civil society groups tutol doon sa impeachment complaint na yon. Tungkol sa corruption din yon. Tungkol sa pag-aabuso din ng poder yon. Parehong mga grounds. Dahil yun naman ang ground ng impeachment talaga eh. Anong sinabi nung halos parehong grupo ngayon na gusto ang ulo ni Vice President Sara? Ay, masama yung impeachment yan. Hindi yan dapat i-file. Dapat i-dismiss nyo yan. Mabuting tao si Chief Justice Davide. Nagsalita pa ang mga miyembro ng Senado noon. Kahit padala ng Kamara sa amin, hindi namin tatanggapin yan. Sinabi din po ng Senado noong mga panahon yun. At saka busy kami sa budget. Kailangan muna namin unahin yan bago yan. Babalik ko ang katanungan. Nagbabago ba? Depende kung sinong may gusto. Hindi ba dapat kung ano yung pamantayan at batayan kaugnay ng impeachment complaint, sino man ang nasasakdal? Pareho at parehas ang pagtrato natin.
Nako, sasagot pa kaya si Pimentel at Risa? Tingnan natin.
Ngayon, kaugnay ng kasalukuyang impeachment complaint, nakalagay po sa rules ng Senado, ang impeachment proceedings dapat i-refer sa Committee on Justice. Ang ginawa ng Senado, bagaman pareho ang rules natin na bahagi ng ating President, ni-refer sa Committee on Rules na siyang naging hudyat para buuin ang impeachment court. Sa Estados Unidos, kung saan natin kinopya ang karamihan ng mga provision ng ating impeachment rules, ang mga miyembro ng Kamara na naghain ng impeachment o mga prosecutors, sila ang nagbabasa niyan. So, nung nakita po namin sa parte ng Secretariat, yung President na yon, nung nakita po namin yung provision na dapat sa Committee on Justice i-refer, sinuggest namin na basahin yung articles of impeachment ng prosecutors mismo. Sa Senado, hindi pa sa Korte. Para magsilbing hudyat yon ng pag-convene ng impeachment court at panunumpa ng mga judges ng impeachment court. Yung po sana ang nakatalagang gawin sa June 11. Nasabi po ni Senator Villanueva, ano nga ba ang pagkakaiba? June 2, June 3, June 5, June 4, June 9, June 10, June 11. Kung susundan natin ang ginawa ng mga ibang impeachment court sa mga nagdaang panahon, ini-issue lamang nila yung summons para mabigyan ng sapat na panahon. Ang nasasakdal na isumite yung kanyang answer dyan sa impeachment complaint. At pagkatapos nun, dahil magtatapos ang kapangyarihan ng mga prosecutor sa June 30, hindi po tayo pwede magpatuloy sa ating paglilitis dahil hindi naman pwedeng one side lang yung ating mapapakinggan pagkatapos ng June 30. Doon sa nagsasabi na may mga private prosecutor naman na i-appoint ang Kamara. When With the principal goes the agent because the authority of the principal ceases by June 30. So, napag-usapan, tatawid ba ito? Tatawid ba ito sa susunod na Kongreso? Kung gaano rin karami siguro ang senador, ganong karami din ang opinion. Kung gaano karami ang abogado, ganong karami din ang magaling nilang basehan kung tatawid nga ba o hindi.
Oh, eto na. Coco, Trisa, tatawid nga ba?
My position is that it will.
Oh,
Mr. President, Your
tatawid.
Honor, allow me to read a portion of the deliberations of the Constitutional Commission on this matter. Delegate Aquino, because I would proceed, quote, from settled jurisprudence that impeachment proceedings are essentially judicial in nature, such that it follows that when the legislative chamber undertakes these proceedings, it sits as a court of justice, and therefore, it is not bound by the rules of legislative sessions. It cannot adjourn. Assuming that the session is adjourned, impeachment proceedings should not in any way be affected by the adjournment of the session. Delegate Romulo. That is not precluded from our proposal. If the commissioner wants to make it explicit and to suggest amendments to that effect, I suppose I would not object. Our thinking is that if the commissioner's premise is that it is like a court of justice, maybe an adjournment of the hearing will certainly not preclude it from continuing the proceedings on some other day. In other words, it could not lose jurisdiction just because of adjournment. Add to that, Mr. President, what the minority leader said during earlier sessions we've had. Hindi porkit pinalitan yung judge, dismissed agad lahat ng kaso at magsisimula uli. Ang prinsipyo pa ng batas na nagsasabing anumang sinimulan, dapat lamang tapusin. Plus ang president natin, kaugnay sa SET, na tumatawid yung kaso sa SET, bagaman nagpalit ng Kongreso, bagaman nagpalit ng mga miyembro ng Senado at maestrado ng Korte Suprema. Oh, now, no! Allow me to state a few more things before I yield the floor. Mr. President, Congress cannot pass an irrepealable law. Very much so that we cannot bind the next Congress. Whatever we decide with respect to this issue, kung tatawid nga ba o hindi, would have to be confirmed, affirmed, or rejected as the case may be by the 20th Congress. Some of us will be part of that. Some of us will no longer be part of that. But we cannot tie their hands and bind their hands. But the same is true, Mr. President, Your Honor, if at all, with the House of Representatives as well. The 19th Congress also, to my mind, cannot bind. If the 19th Congress Senate cannot bind the 19th Congress, the 20th Congress Senate, then in the same breath, the 19th Congress House cannot bind the 20th Congress House. Certain procedural, to my mind, compliances need to be made in order for this to be done. As a last point, Mr. President, Your Honor, oo nga po at maraming nagpapahayag na opinyon at maraming sinasabi laban sa Senado at higit pa sa sinumang miyembro ng Senado laban sa inyong lingkod. But I consider that as part of the burden of leadership, Mr. President, Your Honor. Bahagi yan ng trabaho bilang tagapangulo ng Senado na balikatin kung anumang pagsubok, anumang pasanin, anumang patutsada na ibabato sa Senado o sa tagapangulo ng Senado kaugnay ng ginagawa o di nito ginagawa. Pero alalahanin din sana ng ating mga kababayan, bagaman karapatan nilang sabihin at magsabi ng kanilang nasa sa loob, tulad ng paggalang na ginagawa natin sa mga nagpapahayag ng kanilang opinyon sa labas lamang ng Senado. Para po sa akin, lahat po ito ay welcome at respetado ko dahil sa isang demokrasya, importante ang malayang pagpapahayag ng opinyon. Sa isang demokrasya, Ginoong Pangulo, hindi naman pwedeng nagkakasundo tayo sa lahat ng bagay. Sa isang demokrasya, tama lang, okay lang at dapat lang na magkakaiba tayo ng pananaw basta't hindi tayo nagsasakitan, basta't hindi tayo nag-aaway o dumarating sa punto na magkakasakitan. Malaya tayo makakapagdebate pero sa dulo, tulad lamang ng nakarang eleksyon, pagbobotohan po natin ito at ito'y masisettle sa pamamagitan ng botohan. Sino man ang manalo sa botohan, hindi nangangahulugan tama. Sino man ang matalo, hindi nangangahulugang mali. Iyon ang gusto ng nakararami. Gayon din sa mga opinyon na inihahayag sa ngayon. Hindi porkit yan ang tingin ninyo, tama na kayo. Hindi porkit na hindi sang-ayon ang ibang tao sa inyo, mali na sila. Hindi po ganun yun. That I am not, or anyone here in the Senate is not on your side, does not mean that they are wrong and you are right. Only history will be the judge of that. Kaugnay naman ng mga legal na opinyon. Dapat ganito, dapat ganyan, ito ang forthwith, dapat ngayon na, dapat bukas, pwede sa Miyerkules. Ang pwede lamang po naman magpasya ng legalidad niyan ay ang Korte Suprema. Hanggat hindi po nangyayari yan. Malaya tayong pwedeng magdebate at sabihin ang ating kanya-kanyang posisyon na buong na bukas at buong pahintulot ang binigay ng Senado para mapakinggan yan. Hindi lamang sa iba't ibang social media platforms, pati dito sa plenaryo ng Senado. Again, Mr. President, before I conclude, I thank our colleagues for enunciating their opinion, their positions on this matter, and for the healthy debate that we saw and heard regarding this matter. As stated by Senator Tulfo earlier, at some point in time, we will have to put this to a vote. And as I believe, we will put this to a vote in the next few minutes. Hiling at dalangin ko, ano man ang maging resulta na ninanais ng mas nakararami, galangin ng kada at bawat miyembro ng Senado. Dahil sa dulo, tagapangulo man ako ng Senado, batikang senador ka man o baguhan, tigi-tigisa lang po tayo ng boto. Pantay-pantay po tayo pagdating sa kapasyahan ito. Maraming salamat po sa inyong pasensya, sa oras at paumanhin kung medyo mahaba-haba po ng konti ang aking mga sinambit na salita. Salamat po at salamat sa pasensya at sa oras na binigay ng ating Minority Floor Leader.
Maraming salamat, ang Pangulo ng ating Senado, Punong Mayorya, Majority Leader.
Yeah,
Session
magbobotohan.
suspended.
Suspended. Skip natin.
Further clarify, Mr. President, the impending oath of the Senate President is, if I'm not mistaken, and the movant can clarify this, pursuant to Resolution 39, Section 3 of our rules, which states, and I quote the pertinent provision, the President of the Senate shall preside in all other cases of impeachment, and for that purpose be placed under the prescribed oath or affirmation by any person authorized by law to administer an oath. The same, Mr. President, is pursuant to the constitutional command under Article 11, Section 3, paragraph 6, that when sitting for that purpose, referring to the impeachment, the senators shall be on oath or affirmation. Is that the correct clarification, interpretation, if I may ask the movant, Mr. President?
What does the movement say?
Yung po bang panunumpa ngayon ng ating Senate President ay sang-ayon sa Resolution number 39 patungkol sa impeachment proceedings at sang-ayon din sa Article 11, Section 3 patungkol po sa panunumpa ng Senate President at lahat ng senador kung magbubukas ang isang impeachment trial court. Yun lamang po.
Yes, Mr. President, the
Moore.
answer is in the affirmative, Mr. President.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Mr. President.
We can
Senator Pimentel is
Tagal
recognized.
magbotohan na.
since we are debating on the nature of the third motion, actually, we're still on the second motion. Kaya nga. So, maybe if we can wait for the third motion and then revive this topic, Mr. President.
I have no problem with that, Mr. President. And so I moved for the previous motion, Mr. President. The previous motion to the Senate President
And
to take his
Senator
oath.
Coco, you have no objection as to the clarification made by Senator De La Rosa earlier with respect to the second motion. Is that correct?
Because it is more appropriate for the third motion which has not
Yes.
been made, Mr. President. So mas nalilito tayo when we anticipate
So
the
there
third
is
motion.
no reservation as to the second motion of the gentleman from Bulacan for the chair to take his oath as presiding officer. Is
of
that the
impe-
understanding of the
Presiding
chair?
officer of the impeachment court. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Senator De La Rosa.
My clarification, Mr. President, was not yet forthrightly answered, Mr. President. Can this, can the presiding officer give us a clear explanation as to whether or not we are convened right after all the members of this chamber have taken their oath, because according to what we have discussed a while ago, that the convening of the court of the impeachment court shall proceed only on 11 or Wednesday.
That's no. We are still on the second motion, Honorable De La Rosa.
That is why, Mr. President, I that's a precondition. Because
Ah,
otherwise, that's my question is a precondition to your taking
understood.
of oath. Because if you say that it will trigger, then I will object to your to that motion.
Understood. Senator Cayetano, what is your pleasure?
If it will help,
You may proceed, sir, if it will help.
in the same manner, Mr. President, that you said that parang po yung mga nanalo nung May election, June 30 pa naman sila mag-hold office pero pwede na sila mag-oath. If the Supreme Court was in recess now, but the President appointed 3, 4, 5, 6 justices, they can take their oath. At kahit 15 yan na sabay-sabay ng oath, it will not mean that they are convening the Supreme Court for another session. They will still be in recess. It will be either the law, which sets a date, or in our case, here in plenary, we will set the date kung kailan i-convene. So if it will help, so what will happen is you will take your oath tonight, then because we referred it to the Committee on Rules, then following precedents, which is part of our rules, then tomorrow, we will take our oath as a group, but yung pagko-convene, in accordance then with our agreement and your notice, will be on Wednesday. If we all accept that, our taking of our oath tomorrow will not trigger the convention of the of convening of the trial court. Of course, if we all agree today that after we take our oath it will convene, then it will convene. But if we all agree we will just be taking our oath today, it's no different than new appointees of the Supreme Court or the CA or the RTC taking their oath, then waiting till the recess is over before they convene. No, if we all accept that, Mr. President.
Senator Ontiveros is recognized.
Salamat po, Mr. President. Mr. President, mga kasama, ang ginawa natin, tinilad-tilad natin yung original motion ng Minority Leader. Dahil sa primary issue na ni-raise ng gentleman from Camarines Norte and BARM na dapat tulad ng naging practice nung nakaraang mga impeachment processes, bagamat wala sa rules, i-refer muna sa Committee on Rules. Mapagbigay po ang minority. Nakipag-usap po kami sa inyong lahat sa pamamagitan ng ating pamunuan. At pumayag po kami, pumasok po kami dun sa kasunduan na sige, i-refer na muna sa Committee on Rules. Ipasa ibang araw yung panunumpa nating lahat before the presiding officer, pero siya ay manunumpa bilang presiding officer ngayong gabi. Natural na epekto na kapag ngayong araw manumpa ang presiding officer, bukas ay tayong lahat naman manunumpa bilang senator judges, natural na epekto yun na we have constituted an impeachment court. Hindi yun po ang unang issue na ni-raise na prejudicial issue. Yun lamang na bakit hindi idadaan din sa Committee on Rules. Nagbigay na po ang minority dyan. Tinilad-tilad na po natin yung original motion na hindi muna mag-constitute as impeachment court ngayong araw, ire-refer nga sa Committee on Rules gaya ng hiniling ng good gentleman from Camarines Norte and BARM, at ngayong gabi, yung presiding officer lamang manunumpa. Bukas, tayong lahat ng iba ay manunumpa. At yung unang aktual na araw ng trabaho ng trial court ay sa Miyerkules pa. So please, maging resonable naman po tayo at tumupad naman po sa mga kasunduan nung tayo ay ilang oras na nagbubuo ng kompromiso na handa na nating tanggapin dito. Tumupad na kami dun sa prejudicial concern na idaan muna sa Committee on Rules at iisa lang ang manunumpa ngayong gabi. Bukas, tayong lahat ng iba. There is
Sige
no
na,
harm
pagbigyan na ninyo, gabi na.
convene na tayo bilang korte bukas dahil wala pang gagawin ang korte bilang korte sa Miyerkules pa po. So I am appealing to the plenary, i-uphold naman natin yung pinaghirapan nating compromise nitong nakaraang 2 araw na tumupad dun sa unang issue na ni-raise ng good gentleman from Camarines Norte at BARM. Please lamang po mga kasama, palihog mga kauban. Salamat, Tabi, Mr.
Thank you,
President.
Senator Ontiveros. Senator De La Rosa is recognized.
Actually, Mr. President, the majority is kind enough para pagbigyan yung pakiusap ng minority. Na originally naka-schedule na tayo on May 11, yung ating lahat-lahat na gagawin. June 11, lahat natin gagawin. So, what's the difference kung yung aming pakiusap ay pagbigyan rin naman?
Mr. President, just a clarification.
With the permission of Senator De La Rosa, Senator Cayetano is recognized.
Just to clarify, and I beg the indulgence of the minority. Everyone's in good faith kasi ang napag-usapan natin off the record, refer na natin tonight, mag-oath na si SP as presiding officer of the impeachment court. Tomorrow tayong mag-oath and then ituloy yung Wednesday. Yun yung agreement natin. We were silent on convening. So, good faith everyone because ang pagkaintindi naming marami na convening is a formal act. Hindi lang yung pag-oath na triggers that, di ba? Ang pagkaintindi pala ng minority is that, so I'm just saying, if we cannot agree, we cannot agree. But there's no bad faith in both sides. So, please accept
Sige.
my explanation. Then we can agree or agree to disagree.
So, Mr. President,
Senator Pimentel is recognized.
if we look at practice, kasi nga kaya kami nag-compromise na dun sa referral to the Committee on Rules out of practice, not out of the letter of our rules. If we remember correctly, for those of us present in the last impeachment proceeding held in the Senate, nag-oath po ang members ng Senado when the court was called to session, Mr. President. So it was a court session. Nag-oath tayo as members of the senator judges. So if we want practice, to follow practice, let us convene the court and take our oath. And then yun, siguro ang good faith agreement na lang natin, let that be the only agenda of the court on Tuesday. So you can ask our staff to check if what I'm saying is correct, that when we took our oath as senator judges, it was the court, the Senate as sitting as an impeachment court convened already, Mr. President. So yun po yun. So ganoon na lang, in good faith tayo, and then that's our we make it of record now that that's the only agenda of the court, and then Wednesday na po yung actual work as stated by the Deputy Minority Leader.
Mr. President, I
Senator
think
Cayetano.
the misunderstanding comes from when to convene, because Senator Bato and whoever else have the same thinking was right to assume that Wednesday magko-convene. So he still has till tomorrow to decide whether he will give a privilege speech or make any motion depending on his gathering of his thoughts tonight. So kung mag-agree na tomorrow na mag-convene, that's why isa sa hiningi ni Senator Bato is before mag-oath, he can take the floor. At sabi naman namin, well, anyone can take the floor based on personal and collective privilege, no? So dun po ngayon may konting stalemate, no? Because Senator Bato doesn't want to be he doesn't want to be put in a position that he voted that tomorrow magko-convene right after mag-oath, pero may privilege, may speech pa siya before that. Am I correct, Senator Bato? Baka impeachment na maging Bato pa. Kaya magsasalita muna si Senator Bato bago doon. So that's the problem in agreeing with the second and the third motion as of now.
So as not to belabor the point, with the permission of Senator Pimentel, the movement has already stated in the affirmative that the idea behind this motion, both for this representation, when this representation takes its oath, and when the other members of the chamber take their oath, is that we are not yet convening the impeachment court. So that was the answer of Senator Villanueva to the query, the movement, to the query of Senator Bato. That is the status. As stated by Senator Cayetano, there seems to have been a misunderstanding that was clarified, that indeed, in good faith, there was a misunderstanding with respect to the effects of that motion. But the status is that is the intent of the movement. Unless there are...
We cannot obsess over practice in the first motion and then abandon the practice on the third motion, Mr. President. So
I'm just saying that
practice ang ginamit to accommodate the first motion, and yet practice hindi observe sa third motion, which is when we take our oath as senator judges, the court is convened.
Unfortunately,
the
Mr.
movement
President,
doesn't-
if I may, Mr. President, unfortunately, we have yet to make any third motion, Mr. President.
Yes, precisely.
That's the thing, Mr.
Pero,
President.
I think
So
Senator De La Rosa has connected his vote on the second motion to
Yes.
the upcoming anticipated third motion, Mr. President.
And when this representation was asked, I already responded, Mr. President, that upon consultation with members of this August chamber, that was the agreement, Mr. President.
Again, to settle the issue, to abbreviate the proceedings as well, given the response of the Honorable Villanueva to the query of Senator Bato, and given the reservations of the Honorable Pimentel, do I take that as an objection to his second, or do you want to reserve the objection to the third motion? Because he already has answered. Can we proceed with the second motion without objection?
No, because we are being trapped, Mr. President. The minority is being trapped if we will not object to the third motion, which is the oath-taking of the senators as senator judges. Gusto nga namin convening of the court tonight, Mr. President. This is the product of an attempt to compromise the pending motion, Mr. President. So, with that, Mr. President, can we request for a minute suspension?
Session is suspended.
Suspended. Yan, kasundo na kaya. Kinukumbinsi pa ni Coco si Senator Bato. Hindi ba kumbinsi ni Coco si Senator Bato? Kalahating oras na kayo suspended ng session. Bigla sila nagtatawanan. Kaya sabi ni Senator Bato, sabi niya, hindi mo ako makukumbinsi. Sabunutan mo na lang ako. Yan, mukhang nagre-resume na.
President,
Ayun,
Honorable Villanueva is
kaya na pagkasunduan.
President, may I reiterate my previous motion, Mr. President? Mr. President, I move that the Senate Secretary, Mr. President, I move that the Senate President will now take his oath as the presiding officer of the impeachment proceedings, Mr. President. I so move, Mr. President.
Any objection? Hearing none. Motion is the motion is approved.
Okay, motion approved.
Chair would like to call on the Senate Secretary to ascend the rostrum to administer the oath.
Manunumpa na si Cheese bilang presiding officer ng impeachment court. Pero yung mga senador hindi pa. Sa ibang araw pa.
Sara Zimmerman Duterte.
Now pending.
Now pending.
I will do impartial justice
I will do impartial justice
according to the Constitution
according to the Constitution
and laws of the Philippines.
and laws of the Philippines.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Mr. President.
Senator Villanueva.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. Mr. President, may I respectfully move that the senator judges take their oath at 4 o'clock in the afternoon tomorrow, June 10, 2025. And again, reiterate, Mr. President, what this representation made mention a while ago, that after the oath taking of the senator judges, the court will be constituted but not convened yet, Mr. President. Thank you, Mr. President. So
Duly
moved.
noted and entered into the records. Is there any objection to the motion? Hearing none. Motion is approved. Majority
Okay,
Leader.
manunumpa yung mga senator
President, a while ago
judges
during the
bukas.
parliamentary discussions prior to your oath-taking ceremony, Mr. President, this representation noticed and heard during several instances the word agreements, whether that referred to something or not. Mr. President, just for our transcript purposes and for the Journal of the Senate, I move to strike out the word agreements in our transcripts and substitute the same with the phrase constitutional provisions or constitutional requirements in order to reflect that the subject matter discussed a while ago is governed not by consensual agreements but by binding legal obligations emanating from the Constitution itself. I so move, Mr. President.
Any objection? Hearing none. Motion is approved without prejudice to amendments further being made to the journal before we approve them. We approve it rather.
Pwede na? Pwede na? Can I make a manifestation?
Mr. President, 1 minute suspension.
Session is suspended.
Hindi pa tapos.
Is recognized.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. Thank you, Majority Leader. Mr. President, before our short manifestation, may I just be allowed, Mr. President, to show a 1-minute video presentation, Mr. President, because today we are celebrating the victory of our young boys age under 16 years old who were champions of Southeast Asia Basketball League, Mr. President. Undefeated basketball team.
Okay. Ganyan lang po muna. Kung hindi pa ho kayo nag-subscribe, pakiclick na ho yung subscribe button, hit the notification bell para lagi kayong updated. Tingnan po natin kung anong magiging kahihinatnan nito bukas at saka sa iba pang araw, kung anong matutuloy sa impeachment or anong mangyayari. Matutuloy ba o hindi? Okay, hanggang dito na lang po.